I think that the industry could benefit from having more of a standard approach to how we do measure happiness and wellness, and I think in our future we are likely to see something like a happiness quotient, right? That we can help our clients kind of plug in the right elements to and help them understand which one of their travelers are at risk because they're run down or they're experiencing a lot of friction, right? And I think that in today's day and age where recruiting and keeping and retaining the talent that you hire into your company, if you don't create a happy, well, and joyful business traveler, they're going to go to your competitor. And so I think that that's, for us, it's really important to address is what is that? And I think at the end of the day, I mean, to take all mystery out of it, it is going to be math. It's going to be mathematics, right? It's going to be us taking a look at what components of an experience contribute to wellness and health and sanity and feeling happy, and then beginning to weight them and determine what is the magical formula that we can help people understand what the wellness of their collective body of business travelers, but also the individual traveler. Because I suspect that when we can start looking at travelers individually and what their current status is in terms of their how worn down they are, how worn out they are, or how happy or healthy they might be, I suspect that corporations are going to want to not just adjust travel policy to higher revenue generating travelers, but also potentially dynamically adjust policy to address travelers who are run down, right?
So do millennials have an expectation that their employee is going to be more in tune with their wellness quotient than previous generations?
With unemployment under 4%, but when you dig deeper, college-educated unemployment is less than 2%.
Oof.
So trying to retain people is, for a lot of companies, goal number one. And I think you touched on another big point. It's not just the retention of the person or how worn down they are, it's what's their productivity factor. If you can't open your laptop on the economy seat, you're not going to work. And so sometimes that lounge pass, that upgrade, will make you 10 times more productive, which gets you a little more happier, which gives you a little more time to work out when you get to the hotel, and that all comes back. I think when it comes to the millennials, two things. The millennials on travel, especially the international travel, want to do more travel. A couple of years ago, we did a study, and 60% of millennials had said they'd like to do more travel because it's almost a badge of courage, of achievement, if you will, where people are like, well, what do you do? Well, I travel a lot. And that's the first thing they would say before they say they sell semiconductors.
Right.
That becomes almost what distinguishes them. And if they're treated well through their travel, their productivity's up, their retention up, everything else is important. And that mix of, I brought my husband, wife, partner to this trip makes a difference to them. And when you think about it, a lot of times somebody's leaving somebody behind, that person feels slighted. If they can become part of that, they understand the need to travel and might even create more interest in it.
So we've got the research from MMGY and BCD that is sort of saying that wellness is an important factor of how corporations should treat their travelers. Have corporations got the memo yet?